السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. الحمد لله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الكريم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. نويت تعرف وتعرف وتذكر وتذكير ونفع والانتفاع والإفادة والاستفادة وحث على تمسك بكتاب الله وسنة رسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم ودعاء إلى الهدى وضلالة على الخير وابتغاء وجه الله ومرضاته بقربه وثوابه سبحانه وتعالى. Alhamdulillah. Okay, taking up today from chapter 3 of the second book of the Treatises, the book of good manners. So the chapter 3 is talking about guarding the heart against insinuations, ailments, and ill thinking. So Imam Al-Haddad starts off by saying, a disciple should strive to guard his heart against insinuations, ailments, and bad thoughts. He should guard its gate by constant vigilance and prevent these things from entering. Once they enter his heart, they will ruin it, and it becomes difficult to expel them. He should purify his heart, which is the place his Lord's gaze falls upon, from worldly desire, spite, rancor, deceitfulness, or thinking ill of any Muslim. He must be of good advice to them, compassionate and merciful. He must think well of them all, desiring for them whatever good he desires for himself, and disliking for them whatever evil he dislikes for himself. He continues, know disciple that the heart commits sins which are uglier, fouler, and more offensive than those committed by the senses. Your heart remains unfit for the gnosis of Allah and for his love to descend into it until it rids itself of all such things. Okay, very briefly, the general admonition here is for us to be in a constant state of reflection, review, change, and I guess you could say purification of our hearts, because of the fact that we're looking for our hearts to be receptors of haqq, receptors of truth. And in order for us to always clearly engage with the truth and understand and accept it as it is revealed to us by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have to be people who are constantly working on fixing the heart. If the heart is diseased and messed up, like we talked about in previous chapters, and the rust spots, the dark spots come over it and it covers it, then you're going to be in a bad state. It's very difficult for this to be removed unless Allah has mercy upon you. The other thing is the little small things that we do, small sins, although they're not really as minor as people think they are. These are things that are much more detrimental to blocking out the good that can come into the heart. Okay, we can look at things, see things, do things, say things, and the inconsequential nature that we apply to it can make it much more difficult for us to be steadfast against evil when we see it or hear it or encounter it, whatever matter. So we have to always make sure that we are doing good things. If we say something wrong, then we know that we should always go out and give sadaqah, do things to help people, work on correcting the wrong that we engaged in, always with the mind towards purifying the heart, drawing closer to Allah, and being receptive to the truth, etc., etc., etc. We can talk about this all day long, but I think that should suffice for now. So he continues on, among the worst sins of the heart are arrogance, ostentation, and resentful envy. Arrogance is proof of great foolishness, excessive ignorance, and stupidity. Arrogance does not become one who knows that he was made from a drop of fetid semen. Soon enough will end up a decaying corpse. If he possesses virtues and good qualities, they are but gracious gifts from Allah. A person can achieve nothing by his own power, neither can he acquire anything through his own strength and cleverness. When he behaves with arrogance towards the servants of Allah, employing therein the gifts that Allah has graciously bestowed on him, does he not fear that by behaving discourteously and attributing to himself what belongs to Allah, he would take away everything from him? Prominence and greatness are attributes of Allah, the compeller, the supreme. Okay, so this is talking about kibr. Okay, stay away from kibr. Don't be arrogant. Yes, we are the best nation raised up for mankind. However, that does not mean we're supposed to walk around with our nose in the sky looking down on people. Our job is to call people to the truth. Our job is to be an example for others and an inspiration for them to follow. Nobody wants to follow an arrogant, pompous fool. Nobody does. If you walk around looking down on people holding your nose up in the sky, nobody's going to want to be bothered with you, despite what you may think in your mind. Because you don't want to be bothered with people like that. So why would you go around giving that attitude to people just because you're Muslim? And then, most of the ones I see act like that anyway. Got girlfriends, boyfriends, they drink, they smoke, they do all kinds of stuff they ain't got no business doing in the first place. But then they Muslim, because they pray and they say Assalamu alaikum when they wear the kufi in the beard, or the hijab and then the niqab. And then everybody gets in their mind that they're the best thing on the planet. And really, you're a sinful, arrogant jerk. Continuing. The presence of ostentation is proof that the heart is devoid of the vastness and majesty of Allah, because it seeks the approval of creatures through feigning and is not content with the knowledge that Allah, the Lord of creation, knows all that He does. This is talking about the riyah. The one who performs good deeds and likes it to be known so that people would revere and serve him is an ignorant hypocrite whose desire is but for this world. The detached man is one who finds it repugnant when people offer him reverence and wealth and seeks to avoid them. Who could be more ignorant than one who seeks the hereafter by acts of this world? If he is unable to renounce the world, he should seek it from its owner. The hearts of creation are in the hand of Allah. He makes them incline toward the one who seeks him, and he makes them serve him. And the last one, as for resentful envy, Hassad, it is manifest enmity to Allah, in opposition to him in his kingdom. When Allah the Exalted bestows gifts on some of his servants, it is evidence that he intends them to be given them and has chosen them for them. For none forces his hand. If the servant wants something different from what his Lord wants, he is discourteous and deserves to come to grief. So, Hassad, basic understanding of what he's saying here. Allah gives somebody wealth. He wants that person to have wealth for whatever reason. That person didn't force him to give that wealth to them. That person didn't trick Allah into giving that wealth to them. Allah gave them that wealth because that is what He wanted them to have. Allah didn't give me wealth. So if I see the person with wealth, I should be happy for them. I should praise Allah and give shukr because He has provided them with something that they needed, that He wanted them to have, for whatever reason. As for myself, I'm thankful for my position. I'm thankful because Allah has given me what He has given me, and it suffices me because that's why He gave it to me, because it's enough for what I need to take care of myself and my needs. Nothing more, nothing less. The benefit that comes out of whatever Allah gives you, whether it's a lot or it's a little, comes from your gratitude. Your gratitude allows for what Allah has given you to be increased or maintained in whatever manner that Allah sees fit. But for you to look at another person that has more than you, or has something that you want but Allah has not given to you, and then you hold envy against that person to the point where you have hatred and a desire to see this person go without what Allah has provided them with. This is some real crazy stuff, because now you've taken it upon yourself to believe that you know better than your Lord, or Yahweh. We have to be conscious of what goes through our hearts and our minds all day, every day. Thoughts are going to pop up. You're supposed to suppress them. Seek refuge in Allah. Make dua that Allah removes these things from you and allow you to become a better person whether it's in thought or deeds. It is our job to do this, because if we don't, there's going to be a lot of reckoning and punishment waiting on us at the end of the day. May Allah protect us from this. So he continues, resentful envy can also target things associated with the hereafter, such as knowledge and virtue. It is ugly of a disciple to be jealous or to resent a companion on the path who has given him help. So if somebody offers you some assistance, then you should be thankful that that person offers you assistance. There should not be no ill will, bad feelings, bad thoughts, etc., against this person for whatever they've done for you, because you felt that they should have did more. Whatever they were supposed to have did, whatever they did for you, what they were supposed to have done for you by Allah's fadl and His permission. This is what He allowed for them to do. You take what Allah has allowed you to have, and you move on with gratitude and shukr, 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 shukr. Can't say it enough. Have gratitude for what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you. Everything that comes to you through the creation comes to you from Allah, because the creation is of Allah. It's Allah's creation. And Allah gives in everything else through the things that He has put into creation. That's why we are here, to serve the creation. That's why the creation serves us. It's a reciprocal interchange. It's a reciprocal interwoven well, losing my words this morning. The relationship that we have with the creation is a continuously ongoing reciprocal give and take relationship. All right. Nothing in this creation happens haphazardly. It's all by Allah's qadr. All right. And it's qadar. We have to understand this. Really important to understand this. Continuing, resentful envy can also target things associated with the hereafter. Such, okay, we read that. On the contrary, he should rejoice for the help he receives from his companion and derive strength from the fact that they are alike. A believer finds strength in his brother. What a disciple should do is inwardly desire, outwardly act. What a disciple should do is inwardly desire, outwardly act, and outwardly act to gather people on the path to Allah, and their help in submitting to Him. He should not care whether they become better than him or he better than them, because this is given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He elects whom He will for His mercy. The blameworthy qualities of the heart are many. We have not mentioned them all for the sake of brevity, but we have cautioned against the major sources producing them. The origin, foundation, and root of them all is love of this world. Its love is the head of every sin, as has been handed down. When the heart is free from it, it becomes healthy and clear, enlightened and fragrant, fit to receive the lights and have the secrets unveiled. Alhamdulillah. All right. I got this done early this morning. MashaAllah. Therefore, we'll continue on tomorrow. I'm on my way home this morning, so maybe the schedule can be a little better. It'll be a little bit more receptive to getting the things out to you timely, like we originally had planned. So have a good day. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepted your fast. He accepted all of the acts of worship that you engage in throughout this month, all of your dhikr, all of your Quran recitation, all of the sadaqah that you give, and all of the good thoughts and good deeds that you engage in, no matter what they be. We ask for your dua, and I will talk with you tomorrow, inshallah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.